I'm a sustainable ag major, and as a sustainable ag major, I'm very concerned about genetically modified food. So I was wondering, in your agriculture projects in your developing countries, do you help spread knowledge of how destructive genetically modified organisms can be?
Tell me why you think GMOs are destructive.
I believe they're destructive because they're patented, and so once the pollen from one plant goes to another, that seed is then patented, and I don't have control if I have a farm next to somebody else's GMO farm to block the pollen from getting through. So then I have no choice. That's why it's mainly destructive. To your health, it's also destructive, and that's why the EU, which I believe you were involved with, banned genetically modified foods. There's a big discrepancy between the U.S. and the EU.
It's not only the discrepancy between the United States and the EU, it's really all countries in the EU. Because at least I really think if you check into the scientific analysis, whether it's been done by the FDA or whether done by EPA and others, GMOs involve changing the genes. Now, you eat, I presume, foods that have been created by hybrids.
Yes, but that's a different kind of gene.
It is?
Yes.
So
it's far more stable. It's a synthetically created gene part of another organism or another.
It's taking a gene from one plant and putting it into another.
Well, or a bacteria. Bacillus thuringiensis is a bacteria. Bacillus thuringiensis, BT, has been put into genetically modified foods, which is a part of a bacteria, which is an herbicide.
Do you have any idea what's in your stomach? I mean, do you know that bacteria...
You don't have any idea what
you wouldn't be able to eat them.
There are very...
companies controlling the world food source. So we're talking about whether or not we, the state of Maine, have the right to a cultural heritage which includes over 300 years of sustainable agriculture. And we're talking about that in India, where Vardhana Shiva has been defending her people for in excess of a decade.
Let's take each issue. Do you have a right for sustainable... Can we just stop treating us like we're ignorant? One of the things, look, I'm not saying you're ignorant, but I do think if you're going to argue and debate, whether with me or in a democratic process, it really does help to try to separate out the arguments and try to make the case because, sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes you may be wrong. And by being vehement, I'm honestly telling you, from my experience, that doesn't just carry the case.